seeing the numbers are growing, 143. That's really nice. Welcome to our webinar, AI-powered document analysis and transforming PDF documents into Smartsheet workflow. Thank you for your time to join us today. I'm Radovan. I'll be guiding our session today. Today's webinar is joint effort directly with Smartsheet. We are Masa Consult. We are Gold Smartsheet Aligned Partner working from Germany. Today we are exploring how integration of Azure OpenAI directly with Smartsheet can revolutionize the way you handle and process document in Smartsheet. If you ever spent hours reading, analyzing complex documents, manually extracting data, or copy pasting from PDFs into Smartsheet, then this webinar is especially designed for you. So, what's on the agenda today? Thank you for the slide, and soon I will introduce our panelists. Then we will look at challenges of manual document handling in modern organizations and why document analysis need a rethink. We will discuss how AI transforms unstructured documents into actionable data with the power of AI automation. And then, exciting part of the webinar, we will have real world use cases and live demonstration on 3 different cases, such as PDF documents with saved data sheet in pharma industry, and how they can be data mined and transformed into actionable Smartsheet rows and reports. We will look at invoices and recognizing PDF invoices into the data and generate a nice account payable dashboard and report. And finally, purchase agreements can be turned into real project management and Gantt chart, extracting key data from the purchase agreement. And finally, our next panelist will look at how securely and privately integrate Azure OpenAI into Smartsheet to comply with the highest industry standard and privacy rules. At the end of the webinar, we will look at Q&A and discuss next steps. So give me next slide, please. So this webinar will be recorded. It's about 60 minutes. You will get recording after the webinar ends. We will also follow up with you any resources and links. Prepare question, please. We will answer questions throughout the webinar. And you are also welcome to chat with us and share your ideas during the webinar. So for Q&A, there's a tiny button in MS Teams. So type the answers for us and we will read them loud and answer the questions at the end of the webinar. We will also have interactive poll and a knowledge quiz throughout the webinar. So you might want to have your smartphone ready to scan a QR code and answer the questionnaire on your phone. That's the easiest way. If you don't prefer that, we will also have URL and in the chat, which you can open in your browser. We will be giving Smartsheet giveaway. So now nice canvas back, Smartsheet notepad and pen if you answer the knowledge quiz. So let's discuss that later. Who are our panelists today? We have Maxim Lobko. He is true Smartsheet expert and long-term practitioner, founder of Masa Consult and business owner. He will demonstrate today the practical applications of PDF document analysis by AI into Smartsheet. We also have Dr. Alexander Askinadze, a data scientist, an expert about data mining, Azure OpenAI, and he is the brain behind how to leverage Azure OpenAI with Smartsheet. So let's get started with and myself. I'm Radovan Stejskal. I'm marketing manager at Masa, and today I'm your host and moderator. Let's get started with understanding the challenges that led to this innovative solution. So, Maxim, before we dive into technical aspects, we'd love to hear about your journey with Smartsheet. What led you to explore specifically this AI solution for document processes and addressing those challenges handling those documents?
Thank you, Rada, for this introduction, and welcome everyone to our webinar. I really happy to see so many participants, so really appreciate your taking time to join us today. So when it comes to me, my journey with Smartsheet began like 6 years ago when I was looking for a better way to manage complex projects. And what immediately drew my attention to Smartsheet was its flexibility and powerful collaboration features. After building solutions across a variety of use cases and industries, I founded Masa Consult in 2023, and we signed a channel partnership agreement with Smartsheet. Today, we are very proud to be a gold solution partner with a team of 5 experts. Each of our team members bring decades of experience across diverse industries and roles. We speak multiple languages, and every member of our team is Smartsheet certified and has solid experience of developing and delivering tailored Smartsheet solutions. And as we worked with more clients, we actually noticed a recurring pain point. So the enormous amount of data that needs to be manually transferred from documents which have to be analyzed manually, and then this data need to go into Smartsheet. So if you think about it, how many hours have you spent, copying information from invoices, purchase agreement, or other documents into your sheets? How many hours you spent analyzing technical specifications or data sheets to understand if those comply with your requirements, industry standards, and regulations? And for many organizations, this adds up to hundreds and thousands of hours every year. And actually, it's not just about time. So manual data entry introduce errors. A single mistyped number in an invoice can lead to significant project delay or budget discrepancy. And this is just example when working with invoices. So if you consider time spent analyzing and summarizing long technical specifications or complex data sheets, those tasks are difficult, tedious, and often require days or even weeks of manual effort. And this is where our integration came in. So with the help of Azure OpenAI, we can reduce this manual workload from hours or even days down just to minutes. And that's what has led us to explore how we can leverage Azure OpenAI capabilities to solve this problem. So this solution that we developed, it doesn't just save time. So it truly transforms the way how teams are interacting with documents. So instead of manually processing PDFs, imagine having your purchase agreement automatically converted into project timeline with Gantt charts, or having product specification instantly transformed into actionable tasks with assigned owners and data deadlines. And what makes our integration particularly powerful is that it goes beyond Smartsheet's built-in AI features available in your enterprise plan. So while Smartsheet has made great strides with the AI capabilities related to data stored within a sheet, our Azure OpenAI integration allows to analyze and to process sheet attachments, offering faster document analysis, higher accuracy, and the ability to create workflows faster. Rado, I think this is really powerful integration. Rado, you're on mute.
This is brilliant idea. Thank you for covering off. We're really excited. If you can show us the next slide, please. Here. So, what exactly have you done in order to integrate Smartsheet with Azure OpenAI? So could you give us a more deep dive into this?
Well, and maybe you're also think why it's Azure OpenAI, because there are multiple AI services like ChatGPT, which is very popular and a lot of people using it. So and actually ChatGPT is a powerful and popular AI service, but the infrastructure is hosted in the United States on OpenAI own servers. And for many of our European customers, especially those who are working with sensitive or regulated data, this raises huge concerns around data residency, privacy, and compliance. So these customers often require that their data remain within specific geographic location and under strict governance. So in contrast, Azure OpenAI is a Microsoft service that runs entirely within Microsoft Cloud System. And many of our customers already rely on Microsoft 365 services, like ones that all like SharePoint and OneDrive, where you can choose geographic region in which the data is stored and then just use it. So an Azure OpenAI operates within the same Microsoft tenant. So meaning your data never leaves their trusted environment. And this alignment allowed us to meet actually even the most stringent requirements from our customers' IT and data security teams. And what makes our solution particularly unique is that unlike many other AI-powered PDF processing tools, which are often hosted on third-party platforms and lack integration with tools like Smartsheet, our implementation stays entirely within customers' existing Microsoft Azure infrastructure. There is no need to onboard an additional vendor or transfer sensitive documents to external servers. And this is aligned with our mission, which is to help customers to achieve more with the tools and platforms they already trust. And rather, by delivering Smartsheet, by integrating Smartsheet, sorry, with Azure OpenAI, we deliver solution which is secure, enterprise ready, and without compromising data sovereignty or security.
Very well. So before we go to today's real life demonstration, and showing our solution, how our solution works on real documents. We want to call Alex and hand over to him to explain how this fascinating technology works in more details and what's the science behind Azure OpenAI integration with Smartsheet. So, Alex, stage is yours.
Thank you, Rado, and hello, everyone. My journey into AI and data science started during my studies in computer science, where I focused heavily on data science topics. Back then, what we now call AI was mostly known as machine learning, and it was during that time that the first large language models began to emerge, which have led us to models like ChatGPT, which we all use today. These early developments fascinated me, and I chose to deepen my knowledge by pursuing a PhD in data science. During my studies, I began working intensively with machine learning technologies and started developing solutions that addressed real-world business problems. What excites me most is seeing how theoretical AI concepts can evolve into tools that drive real change and efficiency in organizations. So let's now look at how our Azure OpenAI integration works in practical sense, especially when combined with Smartsheet. Traditionally, OCR technology can read and extract raw text from a document, but it doesn't understand the meaning behind the text. For example, it can't differentiate between an invoice number, a payment term, or a shipping address. This is where Azure OpenAI adds tremendous value. It brings semantic understanding to the process. It understands not just what the words are, but what they mean and how they relate to each other. For instance, as you can see on our slide on the left side, it can detect that 30 net, the term 30 net refers to payment terms, and the term on the right, PO 25105, is a purchase order, and that a table represents a list of ordered items with quantities and prices. So, what makes our integration different from Smartsheet built-in capabilities? Firstly, our solution processes not only data within sheets, but also documents attached to Smartsheet rows. This could be invoices, contracts, or technical specifications. Secondly, we can develop models specifically trained on a customer's unique document types. If a client works with non-standard forms or highly specialized layouts, our system learns and adapts to those, delivering high accuracy. Thirdly, everything happens within the customer's own Azure environment, so compliance and data sovereignty are never compromised. And speaking of security, it's one of the most common concerns we hear from clients. That's why our solution is designed to operate 100% within your private Azure tenant. Documents are not transferred to any third-party service, and they remain with the secure Microsoft ecosystem. And this ensures full GDPR compliance. Many of our clients already use Microsoft 365, so this fits seamlessly into their existing infrastructure without adding risk. And now we will move on, and let me quickly walk you through the technical architecture of how our solution works. So in the first step, we have the document upload. You upload a PDF into a Smartsheet row, for example, an invoice or product specifications. And in the second step, Azure AI resources automatically detect the upload and start analyzing the structure, content, and context of the document. In the third step, the data extraction step, the key data points are identified, such as names, dates, terms, line items, quantities, etc. And in the fourth step, we have the data transfer. This extracted data is written directly into the Smartsheet sheet exactly where it's needed. And last, at the fifth step, we have the automation. So once that happens, any configured automation or dashboard updates in Smartsheet are triggered, such as email alerts, status updates, or even project timeline changes. And one of the most powerful aspects of this solution is its flexibility. It works not just with standardized forms, but also with varied document formats and layouts. Whether you're processing multilingual invoices, dense technical specifications, or non-standard agreements, our AI adapts to it. So all of this happens in a matter of seconds. Manual document analysis that used to take hours or sometimes days is now completed in near real time. This isn't just about saving time, it's also about reducing errors, ensuring consistency, and freeing up your teams to focus on higher value. So that's a high-level overview of how Azure OpenAI and Smartsheet come together in our solution. And next, we would love to hear a bit about your document processing challenges. Let's do a quick poll to see where the biggest pain points lie. Rado, back to you.
Thank you, Alexander. Very, very insightful explanation of how Azure OpenAI works together with Smartsheet. Before we continue with Maxim's demonstration of real documents, we'd like to get better understanding from you about current challenges with document processing and AI. So let's please take a moment to answer anonymously very short poll of 3 questions, namely asking how are you using an AI tool together with Smartsheet or in other tasks outside of Smartsheet. And the third question's how happy are you with built-in AI feature that Smartsheet already offers? So this is very short poll that we will also evaluate at the end of the webinar. We will show you the results and we will include them into the email and follow up later on. So take your mobile phone, scan the QR code, that's the fastest, or we have this URL, which I'm going to post into the chat right now. So you can click on it, and while you are filling this poll, we can move on. So let's switch the slides to me covering of what demonstration we have here today. So the first demo is about safety data sheets that are very common in pharma industry. We've taken real PDF data sheets for very common chemical substances. We're going to upload them to Smartsheet and ask Azure OpenAI to analyze this document for us and provide recommendations for handling if they are hazardous and so on. Stay tuned for that. Max will show it very soon. Next slide, please. The second demonstration is about PDF invoices. Any company receive tons of PDF invoices into their email boxes, and it takes a lot of time to action them and turn them into usable data for the accounting system, ERP system, and so on. We will demonstrate how invoices in different languages are processed by Azure OpenAI and returned to Smartsheet as a row. And then we'll have a beautiful dashboard that's usable for account payable teams. And last real life demo is about purchase agreement in construction industry. So this purchase agreement will turn into real project. Based on information captured in it and return a Gantt chart. So Max, the stage is yours. Show us the magic, please.
Thank you, Rado. So I'm excited to show capabilities of our solution. And before I actually will dive into the live demo, I would like to reveal that we have prepared several bonuses for all of you today. So we'll share those at the end of the webinar, but one of them I want to reveal already now. And I will be offering 1 hour one-on-one consultation to help tackle your specific document processing challenges and explore how our Smartsheet and Azure OpenAI integration can be tailored to your needs. So the catch is my calendar is filling up very fast, and those sessions will be scheduled on first come first serve basis. So if you're interested, I really recommend you booking your free consultation already now using the link that you will see in the Teams chat. And the sooner you book, the sooner we can connect and start solving your challenges. And now let's jump into Smartsheet, and I will walk you through the 3 real-world examples. So let's start with safety data sheets. So here's an example of a data sheet of the instance called ethylene glycol. So, and suppose we want to analyze this content of this document without reading through the entire PDF manually. And with help of our integration, the document will be analyzed automatically. The results will be neatly organized in Smartsheet. And from there, you can leverage full power of Smartsheet with to enable workflows and more. But let's take step by step. So I will start by uploading the document and we'll wait for the magic to happen. And as you know, there are different ways you can use to upload documents into Smartsheet. So you can attach a file, you can drag and drop into a row, or you can submit a document using a form. And in this case, I will just use attach a file method. So I will just go and I will attach this file. Okay. And we will see, okay, Smartsheet has recognized the file has been uploaded, and now the magic begins. So in just a moment, you will see AI-generated responses automatically populated under the corresponding questions. And as you can see in our integration in this sheet, the first row is reserved for the questions you want to ask about the document. So for example, what is the name of the chemical substance? Who is the supply? Is this substance hazardous to human health? And so on and so forth. And of course, you can use also, columns, to have your formulas, you can use contact columns, other data types. But we need to tell, our solution somehow where actually are the columns with the questions. And for this, we use labels. So basically, we use the word Frage, which means question in German, to mark those columns. Okay. And the analysis is taking, between several seconds and 1 minute. So here we see results coming up. Now let's see what we have got. So it's saying the name is ethylene glycol, so we saw it already. The supply is Petrosvech penta. Here you go. You can see it in the document. What is the chemical used for? It's used for chemical production, analytical chemistry, and so on. We see this is the information extracted from here. Is it hazardous to human health? Let's see. It is harmful if swallowed and may cause damage to organs. I think this was somewhere down below. Here you go. This substance is classified as dangerous, harmful is followed. And actually what it does, it not just extracts information from specific sections, but it can also summarize. So if we look at this question, what are recommended precautions of safe handling guidelines, you will see it saying prevent formation of gases and vapors, and it should be skin contact should be prevented, and you should have to wash hands and use personal protective equipment. So, and then if we scroll through the document where those recommendation can be actually found, then you can see in the section 7.1 it's talking about the gases and so on, and then it's actually looked into the section 8, which is referred here to, that is down below, where they are talking about protective equipment and how it should be used. So you see, AI has nicely summarized data from this document within this one answer. Okay, now let's move to the next document, and this time I will take another data sheet, but let's use material which may be not so dangerous. So I will upload another file, and this time
While Max is uploading the file and it processes, I would like to shortly call the group here. Let's use your brain. Let's generate ideas and give us in chat what you think are other PDF use cases that you can imagine being used in Smartsheet. And maybe this will be a great way of seeing your ideas and maybe implementing in the future and sharing with you some interesting dashboards. Back to you, Max, and show us the magic with glucose.
Sure. So here we have the data sheet of glucose. So, and as you can see, this document has, completely different format. So data is organized in a different way, but thanks to flexibility of our integration, it can be processed just as effectively. So, and I already uploaded the document into the next row. And here we see the answers coming. So it is glucose, it is from Merck Life Science. And then, for the sake of time, this time I will not go through this document, to show that actually, summarize the data from the document, but please trust me, it did. So basically you can upload a document, one document per row, and get answers to your question in the same row. And then you can process this information further using power of Smartsheet. So I use data sheets in this example, but it can be anything, right? So it can be specifications, it can be legal contracts, could be requirement sheets, whatsoever you would like to analyze. So, and I can give you one example from one of our clients. So they regularly receive detailed specifications from their clients, and sometimes up to 100 pages long. So, and their team needs a lot of time to go through specification, carefully read it, and figure out where the requirements can be met. So their technician really spent a lot of time, doing this. So they created a standard checklist of questions. They manually read through the specs, analyze whether each requirement can be fulfilled, and if only partially, then they note the deviation. And as you can imagine, this takes a lot of time. With our solution, the entire process can be automated. Document analysis, checklist completion now can happen just in a fraction of time. And this saves them weeks of manual effort, so up to 85%. So I will move now to the next use case, and this time this is from accounting industry. So in this scenario, we want to analyze invoice. So let's have a look. So here I will show you one invoice. It's in PDF format, and as you can see, it has different items, payment terms, due dates, different line items. And what's particularly interesting about this invoice is even not in English, but that's not a problem. Our AI integration can process documents in any language. The responses will be generated in the same language as the questions you define in Smartsheet. If you ask question in English, you will get response in English. If you ask in German or in Chinese, you will get the answers in German and Chinese. So, and in this particular use case, we would like to extract key details from this invoice, like what is the invoice due date, IBAN code, who is the customer, what is the value of the invoice, and the applicable taxation. So, and this time I will use a form to upload the document, because we have this nice dashboard which basically showing status of the invoices, how many invoices are overdue, how many has been paid, what is the total value. And then from there, it goes into the commercial document, which is structured exactly in a way how our accounting system needs it, because from there it can be transferred to accounting system using data shuttle. So let's look at the dashboard once Smartsheet has loaded, and I will prepare the invoice that I can drop it into a form.
Yeah, while this is loading and refreshing the accounts payable dashboard, I in marketing have a lot of invoices that I feed into accounts payable mailbox, and it often in many cases is that you don't have any visibility what happened to your vendors and suppliers invoice as an internal employee. And this is a great way to provide visibility to all parties, like accounts payable teams, marketing teams, teams that deals with a lot of vendors. Really exciting. So how do you continue?
Yeah, so here we have our dashboard, and I will just drag and drop the invoice into this form, and I will hit submit. Einreichen means submit in German. And then let's look at our AI data sheet. So here the new row has been submitted, and you see that attachment has been submitted. So, and here we will get just in a second the information extracted from the invoice, from where it will move to the next document, which is a commercial data sheet, which as I said is structured in alignment with the requirements from the accounting system. So let's see. as I said, the processing of one document is taking from several seconds to up to 1 minute. And as you see, it's live demo, right?
So while this is refreshing, it typically works really fast. This is also in connection with screen sharing here and using MS Teams.
Here you
So
go.
this refreshing might be slower.
Here you go. So you just saw that the data from the invoice has been nicely populated, into the next row, and this is the customer subweb. The value of the invoice 848 euros. So you see this number coming, and now if I will refresh the commercial document, I think it has been already added. Here's a new line exactly. And now if I will go to the dashboard and we refresh it, just watch this number, year-to-date revenue, it should actually update. So basically what happened is, just in a second, AI has analyzed the content of the invoice. It has identified payment terms and due dates, recognized vendor information, customer detail, taxation. So all the details that we used in the prompt in the first row, and then it filled recognized data in appropriate columns in the structured sheet and updated at the dashboard. And all this happened, just in a few seconds. And we could also implement automation, requesting approval for the invoice or send notifications once the invoice is overdue and so on. But this, for the sake of time, I will leave it just as it is, because our focus today is AI integration. Good. Now let's move to the next use case, which is from the construction industry. And in this scenario, we would like to analyze purchase agreement. So let's say we would like to build a house. And here we have a sample purchase agreement for a new construction project. So it spans, across multiple pages, and it includes detailed scope of work. It has milestones, related due amounts, uh, payment percentage, and so on. So, and as you can see, the structure of this document is, again, completely different from what you saw in the other documents. And now let's look at our AI-powered Smartsheet. So as before, the first row contains the data points that we would like to extract from the document. So who is the customer, what is the PO number, what is the name of the project, what's the contract value, when the project starts. And then we ask multiple questions about the milestone. So, there's a predefined number of the milestone, and we're asking, what's the name of each, what description of this milestone, and what is the contractual value of the first milestone. Now, let's upload the document, and this time I will use actually a drag and drop method, because this is what I like the most, because it's the easiest one. So I just dropped PDF into the first row. I mean, into the second row in this case, but in the first row, which is supposed for upload. So, and what it will do, it will analyze the document, and it will update the summary sheet, which is empty by now. I hope it still will be empty while it's loading, because sometimes I can work really fast, and I'm curious now what you will see, if it will be still empty, already pre-filled with the data that I have just uploaded. Let's see. So we all know we are here in a live environment, and Smartsheet is taking some time to load the pages. So I suspect that we will see already processed data. So what I want to show you is that once we have the purchase document uploaded, and the summary sheet will be populated, also in the project schedule, the Gantt chart will be created. Here you go. So here, all the information from this document has been extracted and populated to the summary sheet. The project schedule has been created with a Gantt chart, and the dashboard will be also updated. So actually this one is still taking time, so I think we will see it live how it's doing. While it's loading, I want to show you something else. So here, if you look at this sheet with the questions, I want to point out that you can use different column types for the questions. So it can be not only the text numbers, but the column type can be also a date, for example, or contact column. So, and here you see the column type is date in this type. So this way we tell Smartsheet that the data recognized here is actually a date. Okay. So now we see that the Gantt chart has been created and the dashboard has been updated. So this is the name of the project when it starts. And I pre-populated project schedule with some milestones like they have been already proceed. So to make it a little bit more interesting, so that we are in the middle of the project. And let's say we want to move on, and we have completed assembly of timber structure. And I will just hit sorry, actually I was just practicing with it just before the web, and I will change it in progress, because this is the trigger that will initiate the actually approval workflow. So what I wanted to show is that once we have the project schedule here, we can use approval workflows to send to customers approval requests for the invoice approving. And I see it's taking time, so the approval request didn't arrive yet, but we will not hold up with this. So basically, once the milestone would be approved, you what will see that the dashboard will change to the next milestone. But that goes basically already into Smartsheet, and I guess you all know Smartsheet features. So what I wanted to explain with this, that once you have data from your PDF in Smartsheet, then you can build upon it, and then use automations and use full power of Smartsheet to actually to proceed with this data. Well, that's what I wanted to show, and now it's back to you, Rado.
Really impressive work, and a lot of time saving potential I can see here. So we will now look at the results, and I'm really happy to see that 120 answers came into the interactive poll. And what we see here, that the most popular AI that you use for your business and work is Microsoft Copilot, followed by ChatGPT, and the third place is Google Gemini. But we were really curious about what's the state of AI directly in Smartsheet. And that was the question number 2. And basically, 48%, so almost the half of you and Smartsheet users don't use AI in Smartsheet at all yet. And this gives a lot of potential. This gives us, hope and space for implementing this Azure OpenAI solution to really boost that and change that. On the second most common feature that you might be using is with 22%, the generation of formula with the help of built-in AI feature. And then what I can see here with 15%, it's the text and summary sweep feature, which this Azure Open AI also does for in case of PDFs. And the last one I can see that the overall score is 3.2 in terms of happiness with built-in AI feature. So that's just in the middle. So definitely some improvement, because I can see some level 1, level 2 cases. So that can certainly be improved, and hopefully this Azure OpenAI integration can help to this. So Max, please show me the slide now, and we will transition to Alexander now, who will provide a deep dive into quite often a concern and critical concern of a lot of organization and companies and businesses. And this is security, compliance, and privacy associated with any AI. And in this case, handing over to Alexander to guide us through what's special about this Azure OpenAI integration with Smartsheet in terms of data privacy and security.
Thank you, Radu. When working with documents like invoices, purchase orders, and specifications, we often deal with sensitive data. Security is not an afterthought in our solution, it's a foundational principle from the start. So let's go through the key security and compliance features of our integration. It's important that your data is not available to other customers. It's not available to OpenAI. It's not available and is not used to improve OpenAI models, and it's not used to train OpenAI Azure foundations. It's also not used to improve Microsoft or third-party services, and it's fully GDPR conform. So all data remains strictly contained in your tenant and is governed by Microsoft compliance and data management policies. So you have the full data sovereignty. All processing occurs within your private Azure tenant, and your data never leaves your controlled environment. This gives you full sovereignty over your data, location, and handling. You maintain control of your data, and you can define retention policies and fulfill data subject requests. So another important point is encryption. Documents in our solution are securely transferred using HTTPS via Microsoft Azure APIs. And what is also important is data minimization. The system extracts only the data you specify. So documents do not remain stored in Azure after processing. They reside only in Smartsheet. And another important point is AI ethics. Therefore, we prioritize responsible AI use. Our models are chosen with attention to ethical guidelines and safe behavior. So to summarize, security is built into every part of the solution and is not added as an afterthought. And you get all the benefits of AI-powered automation without compromising compliance or control. With that, I will hand it back to our moderator for the Q&A session, where we can address any further security questions.
Yeah, before we go into Q&A, we have two things to take care and look at. So we would like to kindly ask you to follow us on LinkedIn, because this is where we post about ideas, about dashboards, about workflows that we've tackled in Smartsheet, and any new invention and innovations about Smartsheet. So this is a great tool to find out about upcoming events, because such webinar like this will be held in the future with new things and innovation. So take your time, scan the QR code. It will direct you to LinkedIn, and you can become our follower to find out more about us. So Max, if you give me the next slide, and it's time for the giveaway quiz soon. I posted the URL already in the chat. So you can just go there, and this is knowledge quiz. So there are a few questions that are associated to what was discussed today. And we will be giving out some giveaway to selected people. So we don't have giveaway for everyone. And also, there is a disclaimer that we cannot ship outside of the EU because of VAT and potential import taxes and overhead on in such cases. So please bear with us. It's the EU only. So take a look. You can also use your phone and scan the QR code to go into the knowledge quiz. And we can continue. So give me the next slide, please. It's time for questions and answers. And we can see a lot of questions here. So if anyone posted the question in the chat, please, if you can copy paste this into the Q&A again. And somebody just asked about the follow us. So you can still see it on the screen. The QR code for follow us on LinkedIn, and we will provide the link also in the slides and email as a follow-up of this webinar. So let's have a look on the questions. There are quite a lot of questions, and we just have 8 minutes to go. So we will make sure that we're answering everyone's question afterwards per email. So we will take the time to read your question. So let's start with the most upvoted questions. So right now, I would read the question from Joanna. Is this functionality available for business plan plus subscription? So guys, if you can talk about, because it was mentioned multiple times, if it's an enterprise business, so how does it, what are the prerequisites?
Well, in Smartsheet enterprise plan, you have already AI built in, and this product has been developed as an extension of this plan. But we develop solution tailored to your budget. So if you are on a business plan today, we can talk and see how we can make it possible. So just please talk to us, and then we will evaluate your case.
Okay. Second question is related to what are the Azure subscription costs and plans that you need. So take us through this, please.
Alex, do you want to take this? You're on mute.
Yes, it really depends on how many documents you need to specify the costs. But in our case, from our experience, that are somewhere in the low, like 1 to 5 cents maximum per document. So you just need a standard Azure subscription to services, and that's it.
I can see two very similar questions about multiple documents upload and a case when one PDF file might contain multiple invoices. So how is this handling done with multiple cases?
Yeah, so currently you can upload it only one by row, but we could create a customized version where we could use the API to add bulk upload. I think it's possible with the Smartsheet API.
Yeah. Somebody asked about languages such as Hungarian. I guess because this is using OpenAI, the Hungarian will be recognized as well. But could you confirm that?
Yes, it's the model is trained for all languages, so it would understand also Hungarian.
I think the question comes because the tools available on the market, so they're restricted to certain language. But so we actually overcame this challenge, so it can deal with any language.
Okay, so I will read next question from Justin Lewis. When using this AI, do we work with you to train the model on our documentation, or is the AI able to adapt on a new documentation that we provide? What is exactly the process, as we would love to use this for sure. So can you explain, guys, to Justin Lewis, how is the working relation and how the route to implementation is?
Yes, the default model is already capable to analyze and extract key information from different type of documents, so that there is no need for customizations. All the examples you have seen today already use this default model, and it works out of the box. But sometimes there are some special types of documents that are really hard to analyze, and therefore we would create a customized model for it. And here you would provide some example documents, so we could pre-train a model, and maybe we could also need some input from you. Then we would connect and have a session together to work it out. But the default model is already capable to handle a lot of different documents.
Yeah.
So I would say, this is exactly a question that we can, go and answer in one meeting. So please book your free consultation, and then we can look at your documents and, provide you very specific answer.
Yeah. I think we have space for one last question, and this is again from Justin Lewis, and he asked about potential accuracy problems and hallucinations. So how do we avoid that or mitigate this?
Yes, hallucination can always appear, but we create the prompts in a way that we and tested it so that from our experience it works really good. But of course, it cannot work all the time, so it's also necessary to check whether it works correctly, and if not, then we could also create a customized model that will handle it.
Yeah. So I think we have 1.5 minutes to go. So unfortunately, we won't be able to cover off remaining questions. That's really pity. But we have the record, and we will come back to you per email to anyone who asked the unanswered question. We will send you a personalized email from one of our consultants answering these questions, and you can get back to us for additional clarification. So I would like to hand over to Max one last time to summarize the follow-up of this email and what you can expect to us after this webinar.
Absolutely. So first thing, as I already mentioned, it will be 1 hour free consultation. So schedule one-on-one session where we can discuss your specific document processing challenges, how integration that we have developed might address them, and discuss customization options to fulfill your specific requirements. Very important is that you use same email that you have used to register for this webinar for the registration of this consultation, because this way we will be able to recognize you as a participant of the webinar, and you will be eligible for 1 hour consultation instead of regular 30 minutes. Second, for the qualified organization, we offer a limited scope pilot to demonstrate the value with your actual documents. So this will be followed by a structured program with your team to go through implementation, including customization for your specific documents. So all entities of this webinar today will receive webinar recording, slide deck, link for free consultation, and actually a gift, because we provide special offer for all webinar attendees. So we are providing 20% discount on the implementation services if you schedule your consultation within the next 2 weeks. So to take advantage of any of those options, simply click the link that will appear in the follow-up email, and we will get back to you. And of course, quiz winners will receive giveaway shipped to them. We will contact you via the email regarding shipping details. Thank you very much for your attention and your engagement today. You know, a lot of questions, and I really excited to help you transform your document processing workflows.
Thank you for your time, and hopefully see you again later, and bye bye.